What is going on, guys? It's Jamie. Welcome to the channel Thrift on Fire. Today we're going to be doing another reaction video. This time we're going to be doing Osborn2Thrift. I haven't watched a ton of his videos, but I follow him on Instagram and I know he just hit $100,000 90-day total. I believe subscriber-wise, if I look him up here, he looks to be at about 25K, and his latest video is called Consistency is Key to Reselling. Not every day will be a home run. So we're going to watch this video together. I think it's about 18 minutes long, so let's get it started and see what Tim's all about here.
I am Osborn2Thrift. Today is solely going to be thrifting. I'm going to go to my local thrift store and I'm going to travel about 30 minutes and hit up as many thrift stores as I can, and then maybe even come back to my local one and see if they've brought anything out throughout the day. I go to my local thrift store every morning to make sure that I can get anything good that has come out that morning or overnight. Because they put things out at night and in the morning. They don't bring stuff out as much during the day. I've noticed they've started to bring carts out, but there's no rhyme or reason to it. Sometimes they don't bring anything out all day and then they bring stuff out in the morning. And sometimes I notice that there's several things or several carts even out that they're bringing out. So I go every morning and that's what we're going to do today. And then I probably go maybe 2 or 3 times a week down about 30 minutes and I try to hit up 4 or 5 thrift stores, but sometimes I only hit up a couple of them. But I try to do that multiple times a week to make sure that I can also get good stuff there. That's going to be the main focus of today's video. No shipping, no packing anything, just thrifting. So let's jump right into it.
All right, cool. So it sounds like not Goodwills mostly. I guess we'll see.
Pair of aloe beans right here. They're really nice. I can't really find anything, like I don't really know how to look them up on eBay, but for $6 I figured I'd grab them. And then there's also
this is interesting.
These pair of Nike Airs. The only ones that have sold are new, so I figured if I buy these for $5 and I sell them for like, I don't know, $50, someone will pick them up because all of them are going for like over 100 new, and they're nice enough condition. Also grabbed this for 75 cents and a sewing machine for $25. It should be pretty decent. Just $4.75.
So just going to stop here quick. Tim picks up a lot of big stuff. So if he's not afraid to ship heavy items. So that's one of the cool things here about him on his channel.
Don't know if it's new. I would assume that it's not, but at the very least, if it's complete, it's probably 30 or $40, especially with the box. I ended up grabbing all that stuff I showed you at this store. I also went to the DI and picked up some Doc Martens. I was kind of rushing through it, so I ended up not pulling out my camera at all, but those are worth like 50, 60 bucks. Got a couple remotes and a thermostat for, I think I paid like 20 bucks for everything, so should get maybe over 100 bucks for everything. Picked up this Rock Band drum set at my hometown's DI, and for $8, should get like 50 bucks. It doesn't have the legs or anything. Also got a Ryobi thing for $8. It'll give me like 30 free shipping, maybe 35 free shipping. The big find of the day so far though is this impact drill for $15. It came with the battery and the charger all in a set, as you can see. Wow. This is actually valuable. I'm thinking very good. Like the sell-through rate is really high, maybe like 500-600%, with only like 13 listed and 50 or 60 sold. And I can probably get about $125 to $150 for this thing. It's kind of crazy how valuable that was. I didn't even look it up when I originally bought it because I've sold ones like that. The model number specifically, I knew that model number could be worth money, and so I didn't even look it up. I just bought it, and then I went to the next DI, and as I was standing in line, I was like, oh, I'll look up the model number because
DI, I can't remember what it's, something Industries. It's their local thrift store there. I think he's somewhere near Utah. He'll probably show us from these stores anyway.
I remembered it. It's like 315. ID 2030 or something, and I looked it up. I was like, holy cow, I scored on that. That's awesome. So we're just gonna kind of drive around this town, hit up a couple more thrift stores, and then probably head home. Nothing too crazy or long, just trying to get a couple thrift stores in, you know.
Right on.
So there's a whole bunch of this Nora lighting stuff. This stuff over here is not really worth anything. This stuff might be worth a couple things. So
this kind of looks like a reuse it store in my area.
Here that I put in this box, there was one that sold for 18 plus shipping, but it had several bids and none listed. So I think I'm gonna buy these 6, and then I'm thinking of just risking it. There's no solds, but when you Google all of this stuff, the price is much higher than the $2 they're asking. So I figured drop like 40 bucks, and on these couple down here as well are worth like 40 on other websites. So I think I'm gonna buy them and just like take a risk. It doesn't take up too much space, so might be
interesting. All lighting. Yeah, I do feel it's like a reuse it type store.
So I got everything. The nice thing is that some of these boxes were literally only $10, but there's, I don't know, 12 of these in here, which they were pricing individually for $3 each. So I save a lot of money by purchasing just the box for $10 instead of the entire, instead of individually, what was that, 12? It would be $36 for a box if I was buying them individually. But it's such an interesting thing. I've never really bought lighting equipment. I don't know if I'm gonna essentially just be out the money I spent, which I spent $76 after tax and everything. There's a good chance, I'm not gonna say there's a good chance, but there's a chance that this is a total waste of time and that nobody needs these, but they are brand new. When I searched certain ones, I believe it was this, when I searched the NTL203, which I had the most of, they were, there was one that sold for 18 plus shipping and then no others listed. It also had 4 bids, which makes me think that there were multiple people, or at least 2 people interested in these. And if I list a whole bunch of these just all together, there's a good, there's a chance somebody comes along and says, oh, I need a whole bunch of these and this deal is so good, I'm just gonna snatch it up. So I don't know if it's, I don't know, maybe it's gonna take a year to sell any of this, but it's going to be relatively easy to store all this because they'll go in boxes and I'll just put them on top of shelves. And I thought, you know, what's the point of this business if I can't take a little bit of a risk and, you know, have a little bit of fun with it? So for $72 is what I spent altogether. If I could get $20 a piece for all of this, there's a lot of it. So there's a good chance there could be over $1,000 in stuff. And there's also a good chance that I might just end up not making anything off it, or all this stuff sits for a very long time and essentially doesn't make it worth it. But I wanted to take the risk and see what happens. I do think it's important for me to clarify though, I don't recommend this to anybody necessarily. If you have a lot of consistent sales coming through and you find a bulk stuff like this that maybe you can offload for double, triple, quadruple your money or something, it might be worth it. But if you're a new reseller or you don't even get like sales every single day necessarily, I don't think that it's worth it to invest almost $100 on something that has no sell-through rate essentially and no listed. I think that it's important to stick to the things that are actually selling. I just wanted to take the risk on this, and with my business I'm capable of taking that risk, but not everybody is able to. So I don't want people to think that I'm encouraging you to go out and buy things that have no sell-through rate. I think that's incredibly important. If things aren't selling on eBay but are listed, don't buy it. This, I just wanted to take the risk, see what would happen, have a little bit of fun with it. But
yeah, so long tail items, I think we all have had things that have sat in our store for a really long time. And that's sort of what he's saying. Like, this is not going to be a quick flip and everyday sale, but I would probably still take the risk. I have bought lighting before, but maybe not this much all at once.
I don't recommend it for anybody. Ooh, 1049 is a little too much. I think they just brought out shoes because this is a cram-packed aisle.
Wow.
Look at that. Hocus. Nice tread too.
Wow.
$15, but we'll see if that's worth it. But I have to scan this and
Probably.
see if there's anything worth grabbing because there's so many shoes today. These are pretty cheap, just $8. Should be able to get like 35 plus shipping for them. I'll inspect them to make sure there's no rips and tears, but these are worth grabbing for sure. We're asking 26 for these Rocky boots. 27 actually. Just a little too much for my taste. Plus, they're not in the most amazing shape, so if they were in better shape or a little cheaper, I might pick them up and sell them for like 60 or 70 bucks, but not worth it. So this is a new pair of shoes that I've been noticing recently. They're called Oboz, I assume. O-B-O-Z.
Never heard of that.
So this pair is 20 bucks, but you can see inside pretty good, like no wear or tear of the sole. Bottoms are good, just a little dirty, no rips or tears. These are pretty good. They are 20 bucks, but I should be able to sell them for like 75.
Yeah, that's good. Good time of year to pick stuff like that too.
They actually sell-through rate on these when you type in B-Dry Oboz boots. It's like 36 listed and 102 sold, which is really surprising for a pair of shoes. So these must be really good. For 20 bucks, I'll get them. They're size 11, which is a really good size for men's boots. And I think I can get some decent money for them. So nice little find. Also, I'm only looking for the Youth Ranch tags that are red because that means they came out this week, apparently. As you can see, like purple, 1014. And I've been here the last couple of weeks. I haven't been here this week yet, so I figured I might as well only look for the red tags. And that seems to be like, this is 1102. It's currently, I think it's the 4th or the 5th, which means tags like that are what I'm looking for, the 11.4s, just so I know I can pinpoint things a little quicker instead of having to look at each pair of shoes. I'm not gonna grab these Nike SBs. They're 15 bucks, and I don't think there's any sold, but there was one listed for like $23. So definitely not worth it. But I'm gonna keep looking. There's a few I haven't looked at yet. I'm just checking everything real quick. Also, I am grabbing these Hokas. So far I found 3 pairs of shoes. These Hokas, I mean, look at them. They are just so good. There's a little dust and everything, but for Hokas, I'm willing to clean them. These bottoms, though, are just unscathed. Really good condition. No issues, no tears inside or anywhere that I usually miss with the tears. So for 15 bucks, definitely worth it because of the condition they're in. I'll probably get between 70 and 80 bucks based off of the eBay results that
That's amazing.
So these Georgia boots, there's 2 that have sold brand new for like $190. The problem is that they are asking $29.99 for them, and obviously these are not new. But I wonder if I buy some leather fix-up.
I think so.
Some cleaner.
I think so. Boots are one of the easiest things, leather boots like that, to clean up. You know, you just put it on, wipe it off, and they do look usually pretty good as long as there's no like deep cuts or anything.
Make them shine and everything. If I can still get like $100 or $140 for them, since it'll still be relatively cheaper than a new pair. I'm gonna do a little bit more research before I make the decision on if I'm gonna buy them, but I might take the risk. So I'm not gonna get these. There's just a couple things that make me worried that they're probably not gonna sell for as much. Just like different conditional issues, and you know, like the fading of the words right here and here. The inside sole down there has a little bit of a tear. So I'm gonna pass on these. If they were like 10 bucks, maybe even $20, I would probably pick them up. But because they're
I can respect
30 bucks, I just don't want to take the risk, end up sitting on them, and then never selling, or selling them for like 60 or 70 bucks and barely breaking even. I'm all done here at the shoe section. I'm gonna go ask how much for these, and if they're under 15, I'll grab them, and then I'm gonna actually go check the women's shoe section, because 2 completely different sections. Maybe that place is filled up too. This section isn't nearly as full, but I'm still gonna glance and see if anything stands out. I'm gonna keep looking for these red tags, because I have been here in the past when the tags were pink and purple, so might as well only look for the new shoes. I ended up grabbing just the 3 pairs of shoes. The Danskos, I guess they're understaffed.
Pause this for a second. What is it? Idaho Youth Ranch Thrift Store? I've never heard of that. They've got some pretty unique stores out there. Like I said, he's somewhere near Utah. At least when he's posting stuff, that's a lot. The location comes up like that a lot. Interesting. I've never heard of a lot of these stores.
So they can't reprice right now. So they might end up back on the shelf at some point, but oh well, I got some decent ones. I think I'm probably gonna get like $200, $250 for all this, depending on how much the oboes go for. And I should get, it's like 40, 70, and then if the oboes go for like 70 or 100 bucks, it could get up to like $250, which is really awesome. I grabbed these 3 Google routers. They are AC-1304s. They're 15 each, so paying up a little bit, but I should be able to get 40 to 50 each for them, or even bundle them all together and maybe get like $125 for all 3 of them. So not the most return on investment, but still worth it for 15 each.
Yeah,
Pulled this off of a media shelf. It was in between all of the DVDs, just sitting there. I was just standing there talking to a guy, and just spotted it. I was like, holy cow, it doesn't have the manual.
They don't even put out video games in most thrift stores around here.
So probably get 40 to 50 bucks for this, which is really cool. Also grabbed this. I think it's like $21, $24 free shipping, so nothing crazy, but it's light and should make me, you know, $12, $15.
I've sold
pretty
that
good.
exact
Just
same
got
thing.
those. Technically, it was 5 things because it was 3 routers, but probably looking at around 200 bucks. Invested maybe $50 in it. That Animal Crossing was a really cool find. I honestly wasn't expecting to see that, because they have a game section and then a totally other shelf they have DVDs and movies, and it was just sitting right between everything. Just I saw GameCube, spotted it, I was like, what the heck, and I grabbed it, and sure enough, Animal Crossing inside. Pretty cool. These are only like 3 each, so I'll pick them up. Should get like 13 to 17 each for them. Minecraft should give me a 15 to 17. Star Wars about 13. Not bad. Nothing amazing. Like I said, they were actually 2 each, so $4, and I'll probably get about maybe 30 bucks for both of them. So I'll pay $4 for $30 and stuff all the time. So can't really complain. I'm home now. I left everything in the car because I mean, I just have so much stuff to get to still. Some of this stuff has to go to storage, but I've just been very behind schedule because of the Utah trip this week. So I'm going to leave the stuff in the car till tomorrow morning, and then I'll bring it in and I'll just
maybe that's what he does. I can't remember exactly. Like I said, I haven't watched a ton of Tim's videos. They are pretty interesting. I'm liking this. But I think he does like maybe like I've seen where he's went and done like trips for like a couple days and comes back with like a van or a car full of stuff. So yeah, interesting.
With the mess that exists around here. But I do need to start tackling the actual piles of items that I have. I've just kind of been sourcing this last 4 or 5 days. Ever since my Utah trip, I've just pretty much been sourcing each day, so without listing anything. So I need to make sure I get to that. But today's trip overall was much less than I'm normally used to getting when I do trips like that. There were several stores that I ended up seeing things and totally missing them, and then seeing somebody else have them in their cart, or grab them right in front of me. I had a guy who grabbed 15 Wii games, some Mario Kart, Animal Crossing, Harvest Moon, Paper Mario. They were right in front of me, and somehow I didn't see him because I was looking at the DVDs, and then he just goes and he just grabs them all and puts them in his cart. I was like, I can't believe I missed that. And then at the local DI here, I ended up missing an entire Bose radio system that's, depending on the model, could be worth up to $200. So a little bit of a bummer when it comes to what I missed out on that I know existed, as well as what I ended up getting. It wasn't really any home runs today. It was just a lot of consistent stuff, which is kind of how the days usually go. But I think that's an important note that I should make here, and I've probably made it in past videos, but not every day is going to be a home run. If I can consistently go for an entire week to my local DI and pick up 3 or 4 things that are worth $30 or $40 every.
Now, I'm just going to stop here for 1 second because, like, I do agree with him. Every day is not a home run, but this guy sells, his 90-day total is $100,000. Most of us were nowhere near those kind of numbers. So, in my opinion, he's still had a really, really, really good day.
Every single day, I could end up with several $100s in stuff that week that I was able to source and it was like 20 items or something. So it's important to make sure that you're being consistent about this and not just complaining that the one trip you took or the couple trips you took that week or to several thrift stores were a bust. Make sure you're consistent with all of it, and you can definitely start bringing in more and more items. And then, I have one day where I end up grabbing 100 items or 50 items or something, and it ends up being such a good day that it can kind of let me thrive off that for a couple of days, and then I stay consistent. Like the next day might only be 3 or 4 items, but the consistency is key. But I actually don't know how much I'm going to make from all of this, especially when you factor in all the lighting equipment that I picked up at that one thrift store. All of it was brand new. I don't know if I actually mentioned that, but it all was brand new in the box, which is obviously the only reason that I bought it. But I paid them $76 after tax there, and overall I paid about $275 thrifting. So about 200 of it was unrelated to the lighting stuff, and I'm probably looking at, it might be like $700 or $800 in stuff. But if the lighting stuff is as good as I think it can be, there's a good chance I could end up with another $1,000 added on top of that. But the reason that I don't consider it necessarily that great of a day is because it's a total risk, and there's a good chance, or there is a chance, that I end up just sitting on that lighting stuff for the next 6 months and never moving it, or 1 or 2 of it sells and then the rest of it just sits forever. But it was a risk I was willing to take. At the end of the day, I spent $276, and if I could bring in the $600 to $800 in gross profit, I'll essentially about double my money after cost of goods, fees, and shipping, which would be pretty good when you don't include the lighting stuff, but you do include the expense of it. Because if it ends up being a total waste, I still paid that $76. But if the items do end up selling, though, I will make a lot more money, and it becomes a really good day. So it's just really, the confidence is what makes me not think it's that great of a day, or it was more of an average day, I should say. It was a great day. I got some great stuff.
I think it's a great day.
It was a very average day in general of what I can typically find when I do trips like that. So overall, I'm pretty happy with what I was able to find, and I'm very interested to see how that lighting stuff goes. I do want to get a list. The nice thing is I have like 21 of one specific thing and then like 36 of another. So that's 2 listings. There's only 2 models for it. They're all brand new, and it's just going to be 2 listings. So it's going to be nothing to actually list it. And 36 of one item don't even have any like stickers on. I don't even have to peel stickers off. The 21 loose ones do have stickers but the other ones were put in boxes and then priced at $10 each. So I'm very interested in it. I'll keep you guys updated on if I even sell any of them, but I really do think I'm going to make some money. At the very least, I'm going to make my money back off it. But there is always that risk and that chance that it ends up taking a long time to sell this. But if you're a full-time reseller, and even if you're a little bit of a part-time reseller, you just want to be consistent. Even if it's only a couple times a week, you don't have to go every single day. Just make sure you're being consistent with your business, and that way you can actually make the money through it. Like right now, I'm not being consistent with actually listing items, and that's going to be my focus over the next few days. And I'm not gonna do any big trips or anything. I've done Utah this week. I spent like 5 or 6 hours thrifting today, and so the main focus is going to
Wow.
be consistently listing over the next 4 or 5 days because I have so much stuff. But that is going to be the end of this video, you guys. Thank you
All right.
so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up down below. If you're interested in more content like this and you're not yet subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time.
All right, that was awesome. So yeah, Tim is a thrift beast. Like I said before, when I stopped the video, he picks up some big stuff. This was just sort of like average kind of stuff he picked up. And I could see why, you know, maybe even to like viewers of his channel all the time, you might think, oh, well, this isn't normally your Tim home run where he's picking up all this big, heavy, crazy stuff that's worth a lot of money. But I still think he had a really great day. You know, good sourcing, lots of neat different opportunities in his area, and very cool. For the most part, I really like Tim's videos. I haven't watched a ton of them. I do follow him on Instagram. He's always got really cool stuff up there as well. And yeah, I think you guys should definitely follow him on Instagram. I'll leave all his links below, and his YouTube channel as well. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.